So I'm just listening to you, and it's funny that hearing you speak, and you first of all, you have passion about what you're doing. Second of all, you sound like you used to work for like the FBI or the CIA. So like let's talk about like historically, kind of like your background. Let's take it back to you as kids. What was it like growing up with like your other brother and Donnie? What was that like?
Yeah, so we grew up on a farm in Kansas, out in the middle of nowhere, and we grew up riding horses, hunting, fishing. Our closest neighbor was that had kids our age was a mile away. So we were riding our BMX bikes on gravel roads just to get down to the neighbor's house to be able to play. So a lot of responsibility growing up with just the activity we had with the animals on the farm and everything else. Our dad drove a truck over the road. Our mom worked two jobs. So we were on our own quite a bit. So all three of us had a lot of responsibility at an early age, and I think that defined our drive and our work ethic for the rest of our lives. So Donnie obviously has a very successful success champion networking plus three or four other companies that he runs. Our older brother retired from the Marine Corps after 25 years and is enjoying retirement, but he's still working his butt off with woodworking company, something that he enjoys doing now. And I've somewhat semi-retired at the age of 47 and jumping into entrepreneurship here and trying my hand at this. So, I think our background, the way we grew up, really defined who we are, and we joke around a lot. If you've seen me and Donnie on the same Zoom call at the same time, we're always slapping each other in the head and stuff. But we're a very close, tight knit family.
Very interesting. So based on what you just said, I heard two Marines. So were you a Marine as well? Did you join the forces?
I did not. I came out of high school and I joined the Air Force and got
Oh,
into medical supplies and drug purchasing. So I had it very simple. Basic training was 6 weeks, and then I was in an air conditioned hospital, um, and we had lobster once a month on the in the mess hall. So both my brothers give me obviously a lot of shit for
I think.
for being in the Air Force, but actually, the funniest story I remember is when I got to my permanent duty station, my older brother called me base to base and asked me how often and how far we were running every morning as a platoon. And I said, if I'm late to work, I run to my truck because I drove to work. Just a big difference in between the services. So um, enjoyed my time, and that is actually what led to me getting a job as a pharmacy tech, buying drugs and supplies in the hospital, and then actually getting into sales later on. So I use that as a platform to know the right people at the right time, right place, right opportunity, and then just taking a hold of that and running with it.
I think that's absolutely damn crazy. Because if you think about it, just say if you're a native New Yorker, either you're the Mets or they're the Yankees, right? And they're in the same state, right? Like they're only like 20 miles apart. So Air Force, Army, Marines, they fall into that category. So for you to be the middle child in a situation to where you're surrounded by Marines and you decided to go to the Air Force, either you're batshit crazy or you was bucking the system.
Yeah, I think I was, and I still believe today that I am the absolute smartest of those three. So I took the easy way out, and I'm glad I did because it led me to my career path, what it was today. So I didn't want to be a mechanic. I didn't want to be a grunt. I didn't want to be carrying a machine gun. So I looked at my options, and that was the best route for me, and it worked out really, really well. But we have a huge history of military service in our family. Our dad was in the Navy. Our uncle was in the Air Force as well. We've got grandparents that were all in World War II, and some really cool stories with them. And my kids, even on their mom's side, they have a great grandfather who's in the Smithsonian. So he was on the USS Yorktown when it was sunk at the Battle of Midway, and really, really cool stories from our family.
Very cool, very cool.